Most revolvers are remembered for the wrong reasons. Some were famous because of movies. Some because of marketing. Some because old-timers swore by them at the gun counter for 30 years. But the real legends earned their place the hard way. Through police holsters, dusty frontier belts, hunting camps, war stories, competition lines, and generation after generation of rounds sent downrange. A great revolver is not just powerful. It has to be reliable, balanced, accurate, and trusted when everything else feels uncertain. So this list is not about hype. These are the 5 revolvers that actually changed the game. Rank 5. Ruger GP100. Look, this is not the oldest revolver on the list. It is not the prettiest. It does not have cowboy legend dripping off the grips, and it does not walk into the room wearing a Hollywood jacket. But the GP100 earned its seat the hard way. This thing is the blue-collar tank of modern revolvers. It runs on .357 Magnum, and it can also digest .38 Special for softer range days. That gives the shooter 2 very different personalities in one gun. Mild and controllable when you want practice, loud and serious when you want real Magnum performance. The feel is pure Ruger. Heavy frame, thick top strap, solid cylinder. Nothing about it feels delicate. When it recoils, it does not snap like a lightweight carry gun. It gives you a hard shove straight into the palm, but the weight keeps it planted. The trigger is not Colt Python smooth, but it is predictable. More like a heavy shop door closing on greased hinges. Under the hood, the big deal is the triple locking cylinder. The cylinder locks at the front, rear, and bottom, which keeps alignment tight when pressure spikes. That matters because .357 Magnum is not gentle ammo. If a revolver loosens up over time, accuracy fades and timing becomes a problem. The GP100 was built to fight that problem from the start. My only gripe is the bulk. This is not the revolver you casually forget on your belt. It is heavy, is chunky. For concealed carry, there are easier choices. But for range work, home defense, woods carry, and long-term durability, this gun is a monster. It may sit at number 5, but wait until you see the legend waiting at number 1. Rank 4. Smith & Wesson Model 29. Now we get serious. The Model 29 is the revolver that made horsepower famous. Before the internet, before gun forums, before every guy with a camera started ranking handguns, this was the big one, the hand cannon. The revolver that made people ask whether they really wanted Magnum power or just liked the idea of it. It runs on .44 Magnum, and that means this is not a casual plinker. Yes, it can shoot .44 Special for a softer day on the range, but the soul of this gun is full pressure Magnum performance. Heavy bullet, big cylinder, deep boom, real recoil. In the hand, it feels like old school American steel. The end frame gives you mass where you need it, and that weight matters. When the gun fires, the recoil does not feel sharp like a little snub nose trying to jump out of your palm. It rolls hard, big push, muzzle climb, like a steel gate getting kicked open. Under the hood, the important part is the large end frame lockwork. Smith & Wesson built this frame to handle bigger cartridges without turning the gun into a clumsy brick. The cylinder window is wide. The cylinder itself is thick, and the forcing cone has to manage serious pressure as the bullet jumps from cylinder to barrel. That matters because timing and lockup are everything on a powerful revolver. If the cylinder is not aligned right, Magnum power becomes abuse instead of performance. The legend layer here is impossible to ignore. Dirty Harry made the Model 29 a cultural monster. But the movie did not create the gun's reputation from nothing. It amplified what shooters already knew. This was one of the most powerful production revolvers regular people could actually buy. Here is the honest flaw. Full House .44 Magnum is not pleasant for everyone. This thing will expose bad grip, weak wrists, and poor trigger control fast. It is also bigger than most people need for normal defensive use. But for hunting, wilderness carry, collecting, and pure revolver history, the Model 29 is untouchable. It is not ranked higher because power alone does not win this list. But at number 4, it earns respect the old-fashioned way. Rank 3. Colt Python, entering the elite tier now. The Colt Python is where revolvers stop being tools and start feeling like hand-fitted machinery. This is not just another .357 Magnum wheel gun. This is the revolver that made people argue about trigger pull, cylinder lockup, barrel balance, polish, timing, and fit like they were talking about a custom-built race engine. It feeds on .357 Magnum, but it also runs .38 Special, which means it can be smooth and civilized on the range. Then step up into real defensive and field power when needed. 6 rounds, big Colt frame, full underlug, vent rib. That long, heavy barrel profile gives the Python its unmistakable look. In the hand, the Python feels alive in a way cheaper revolvers do not. The muzzle hangs steady. The trigger rolls back like a polished steel wheel turning under oil. Not glass breaking, not a clicky little snap. More like controlled pressure building until the shot simply leaves. Under the hood, the magic is the cylinder lockup and the hand-fitted action. The Python cylinder rotates into tight alignment before the hammer falls. And that matters because revolver accuracy depends on the bullet entering the forcing cone cleanly. If timing is sloppy, accuracy opens up. If lockup is tight, the gun feels like one solid piece of steel when it fires. The legend here is earned. The Python became the prestige revolver. Cops wanted it. Competitors respected it. Collectors still chase the older ones like buried treasure. It was never the cheapest choice, but that was never the point. Here is the yellow flag. Old school Pythons can be expensive, and their fine action is not something every kitchen table gunsmith should touch. Abuse one hard enough, and timing work can get costly. But when people call it the Rolls-Royce of revolvers, they are not just talking about shine. They are talking about balance, trigger feel, accuracy, and reputation. The Python is not number one because beauty does not beat battlefield history or century-long influence. But at number 3, it is royalty. Rank 2, Smith & Wesson Model 10. Closer to the crown now, and this one is not here because it is flashy. The Smith & Wesson Model 10 is here because it worked. For decades, in police holsters, in nightstands and training ranges, in glove boxes, in the hands of people who did not care about internet hype, because the internet did not exist yet. It runs on .38 Special, and that is the point. Not the loudest, not the fastest, not the hardest hitting round on this list, but controllable, accurate, affordable, and easy to shoot well. 6 rounds. K-frame balance, simple fixed sights, nothing extra, nothing fragile. Just a working revolver built around practical use. The feel is honest. The Model 10 points naturally, like it already knows where your hand wants to go. Recoil is a soft push, not a slap. The trigger has that classic Smith & Wesson double action roll, steady pressure, clean release, no drama. It feels less like a race gun and more like a trusted old truck that starts every morning. Under the hood, the K-frame is the secret. It is big enough to give you real control, but not so big that it becomes slow or awkward. That frame size matters because shooter confidence comes from balance. A revolver that is too light punishes you. A revolver that is too heavy wears you out. The Model 10 sits right in the pocket. The legend layer is simple. This was the American police revolver. Before polymer pistols took over, the Model 10 was everywhere. It became trusted not because it was exotic, but because officers, guards, homeowners, and range shooters proved it over and over again. Here is the clean caveat. This is not for someone chasing magnum power, optics cuts, rails, or modern tactical features. The Model 10 is old school. It asks the shooter to do their part, but that is why it is number 2. It may not have the brute force of number 4, and it may not have the luxury feel of number 3. But for pure trust, shootability, and historical weight, the Model 10 is one of the greatest revolvers ever made. Rank 1, Colt Single Action Army. The crown goes to the Peacemaker, and honestly, the Colt Single Action Army is not number 1 because it is the fastest. It is not number 1 because it has the smoothest modern double-action trigger. It is not number 1 because it beats every revolver here on raw power. It takes the top spot because it became the shape of the revolver in the American mind. It runs most famously on .45 Colt, though over the years it has been offered in a long list of calibers. 6-shot cylinder, single action operation, fixed sights, loading gate on the side, ejector rod under the barrel, simple, rugged, and unmistakable. The feel is pure history. You cock the hammer and the whole gun talks back. 4 clicks, cylinder turning, hand engaging, sear locking into place. Then the trigger breaks light and clean, like snapping a dry pencil lead. Recoil with 4T5 Colt is not a violent slap. It is a rolling push. The grip shape lets the gun rotate upward in the hand, which sounds old-fashioned until you actually shoot one and realize the design was solving recoil before people had fancy words for ergonomics. Under the hood, the key mechanism is that single-action lockwork. You manually cock the hammer, which rotates the cylinder and sets the sear before the shot. That matters because the trigger does not have to both rotate the cylinder and release the hammer like a double-action revolver. The result is a shorter, cleaner break that helps real accuracy, especially with fixed sights and deliberate shooting. The legend layer here is bigger than marketing. Introduced in 1873, this was the revolver tied to frontier lawmen, ranchers, soldiers, outlaws, and working Americans who needed a sidearm that could survive dust, leather, horses, and hard miles. The Peacemaker nickname stuck because the gun was not just carried. It became part of the American story. Now compare it to the rest of the list. Number 4, the Smith & Wesson Model 29 hits harder. No question. But power alone does not define greatness. Number 3, the Colt Python is smoother, tighter, and more refined. But refinement is not the same thing as influence. Number 2, the Smith & Wesson Model 10 may be the greatest working police revolver ever built. But the Colt Single Action Army came first, cast the mold, and became the measuring stick for the classic American 6-gun. Here is the honest caveat. This is not the revolver for someone who wants modern capacity, fast reloads, double action speed, or low-maintenance daily carry. It is slow by modern standards, it demands patience, it rewards fundamentals, but that is also why it wins. The Colt Single Action Army is the classic American revolver every other frontier-style wheel gun still gets compared to. It gave us the silhouette, the myth, the handling language, and the standard by which classic revolvers are still judged. Here is the deal. A revolver does not become legendary because it looks good in a display case. It becomes legendary because people trust it when the noise starts, when the weather turns ugly, when the trail gets long, when the range timer starts screaming, or when the old guy behind the counter says that one works. The Ruger GP100 gave us modern toughness. The Smith & Wesson Model 29 gave us magnum power with a name everyone remembers. The Colt Python gave us mechanical beauty and a trigger people still chase. The Smith & Wesson Model 10 gave us the working man's revolver. Simple, honest, and proven across generations. But the Colt Single Action Army gave us the blueprint. That is the difference. Power fades, trends fade, magazine covers fade, but real design language lasts. And more than 150 years later, when somebody says the word revolver, the shadow they are seeing still looks a whole lot like the Peacemaker. Train hard, stay safe, and I will see you downrange.